Now it's time to break it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And glad to be here. This is the SplitScreeners podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Nick. That's Zach.
What's up?
That's Aaron. Howdy. That's Gavin.
Yeehaw.
How y'all doing today?
Not bad.
Rootin' tootin'.
Just good at swear dance right now.
We're back to episode 4,300 of Movie Movie Bookie Bookie.
If you haven't seen the other 4,200, 999,000 billion,
Check those out.
check those out.
And we watched Malignant this week, but before we get into that, as always, like, comment, subscribe.
13.
Turn on that notification bell because we are releasing episodes almost daily, basically. So
Almost, except for last week.
we are going to put up, I think we're going to put up a schedule on our YouTube channel, like an official release schedule, so everybody who's watching will know what days everything gets released.
Nice.
So. But let's hop right into it. This was my pick for this week.
Do you got fun facts for us?
No, but I can look those up while you guys talk about it. Zach, what do you think of Malignant?
You know, for the first part, it was just fun to tease. And then it honestly just became a movie that was so bad that it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's the experience I had with it. I was writing down notes again as we were going through the movie. I know Gavin was too, and he'll probably insert some of his as well, which will be perfectly fine. First off, Malignant came out in 2021. You got 76 on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a lot higher than I was expecting.
Yeah.
After watching the movie, this was directed by James Wan, who also did Aquaman and I think a few of the Fast and Furious movies.
So a lot of boring films.
You know what? I'm just gonna quickly fire off my notes as we go through this. So main doctor ignores good advice right off from the beginning. T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
I got a silhouette of that, and that's first thought right there. Right after that, I went ahead and guessed the ending a little bit. I'm guessing that the baby is the Malignant because Daddy's an a-hole. I was wrong on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Potential spoilers ahead, just in case.
Watch this movie.
Watch the movie, come back to this video.
Weirdly, we contain spoilers in our movie book club episodes.
But
Weirdly.
just for the people who like, where was the spoiler alert warning in the comments?
Spoiler alert!
If you read that, that's just me trying to be an asshole.
I know, I see your name right next to the comment.
Yeah.
This guy's an a-hole. The poor pregnant lady. The lawn was not taken care of, and this pisses me off. The lawn at that house is just a mess, and it drove me nuts. I have no cares for the characters. Just tell me what the twist is so I can tell you that it's dumb. Sydney equals casserole. No, I'm adopted. Golem. It sounds like Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Cobra Commander, or whatever villain he played in the G.I. Joe movie. WTF. Called it. Quarrel. We got it. So worth it. Nom nom babies. 1 point for stem cells. And then my thoughts on the end of the movie. Terrible line delivery. Not every line is going to be on the next top 10 one-liners videos. I care nothing for any of the characters. Just happy we got a Professor Quirrell moment. The end makes it worth it. Just a kind of a mess of a plot, I would say. It felt like they had like a revolver full of twists, and they just kept firing it off randomly.
Yeah, wasn't it great?
Mostly misfires.
Yeah, mostly misfires. Mostly pretty predictable.
How dare you, Paul?
Yeah. Overall, predictable in the wrong ways.
I mean, they
a
got
few ways took me by surprise, but not in a good way. Or
positives. They got the gore right. I liked all the
was
gore.
well done.
At first, I was thinking this might be a PG-13 movie. I had to look it up. It might actually be R after that final scene. The little girl who played young Madison / Emily, I think she's the same child actor who plays young Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel. Also young Sabrina in the Netflix Sabrina show. The way that what's his face walked. Gabriel had me laughing my ass off the whole time.
Best part of the movie.
I mean, the first time you actually clearly see him walk is when I'm like, he's in the back of her head. Beautiful. Gavin, I'm gonna fire it over to you.
All right. So, I also had a smattering things, but I'm gonna read the most thing. I said Malignant is an action movie masquerading as a bad horror movie. I said it's hilarious, but I only gave it the rating after the end of the movie being hilariously absurd. The end really redeemed a lot of the movie.
It's true.
If you watch the Tenet episode, it's connected by being inverted. But overall, the first thing that caught my attention was very early on. It was it's like he's drinking the electricity. What the fuck?
Drinking the electricity.
You see, that's what he said.
Let's see what else I did. And then I wrote Derek, stereotypical asshole is an asshole.
That was his name.
That wig is awful, Madison. Really bad wigs. I don't know.
Excuse me, that's Emily.
Whatever.
That's the mother, Serena.
And then I wrote, let's see here, discount Shining, then electric smoothie, because he's gotten that blender going.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to stick his hand in there or something. I was really
did
ready
too.
for him to lose his hand in that scene.
Or there's like the scene where the guy has his feet over the bed and the camera's panning from underneath the bed. I'm like, oh, we're going to get Achilles cut.
Yeah. They subverted a lot of expectations for some of the kills. I don't care. Because in the end, they did not subvert the most obvious kills, which was the entirety of the end. You could kind of tell that it was going to be a bloodbath immediately.
Oh yeah. Kind of went into like a Matrix style
And then
fight scene.
Not Ring Girl, as I don't remember her name. Does anyone remember the Ring Girl's name?
No.
Cool.
Another terrible horror movie.
I was like, and
I don't think I
then
saw that.
and then when she wakes up, and Tori mentioned it, and I was like, does she have scoliosis, or it's a movable tum tum? And then I said she's dead after she gets smacked into the ground again. And then I said Detective Reg, and I don't know, figured it out later. And then she survived, and then solved it. Reg is so sure. Ominous door. Why lock it? And then lights go out in the tunnel underground.
Secret
First
tunnel.
thing she does is walk into that tunnel further. Why?
You're not mentioning the other parts of those notes.
What, the only white people?
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of it. Only a white person would do that. All right. And then I said, clang, clang, clang goes the trolley. Clang 3 times. That's all I could think for some reason. And then I said it again because a different person goes into another similarly dark area, and I said again, only white people. And I said, what the fuck? And I said, what? Because it was beginning even further to degrade in the logic.
Mm-hmm.
So I was confused. And then, those lying cock knockers, great line.
We're only halfway through the movie. Just kidding. That's
And then I said,
3/4.
great throw, because Gabriel, the evil half, just hucks a fucking chair and that just clears the whole room and just knocks him out. Great throw. It was really good form. And then I said only white people because again they wander into an area that has no lighting. But yeah, that's about it. It's a lot of fun. I can rate it, but I figured we'd get through everybody else's before I rated it.
You know, we forgot to mention the synopsis before getting into it, so I'll just throw that in there real quick. Right off the letterbox, a new vision of terror. Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. A new form of terror.
The Look out for the
Eh?
terror.
You got anything you want to add?
Well, there's just so much in this movie. I could just keep
It
going
was
on.
long.
It was a long movie. If you watch the scene, just skip to the end scene. That's the only redeeming quality this movie had. The end fight and Rampage was hilarious. All the
I have a
backlash
question.
Shenanigans.
Is this part of the MonsterVerse, Zach?
No.
Oh.
The MonsterVerse doesn't exist. They killed it.
Is this part of the Godzilla verse? Will we get?
I do know Nicolas Cage loves this movie.
Does it?
He thought it was inspirational and one of his favorite horror movies of all time.
Inspirational.
Inspirational.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is the second time I've watched this, and I really tried to downplay it to you guys to talk, just telling you guys how much it sucked. Even though the last about half an hour of this movie is phenomenal. It's hilarious. The gore is actually on point, I think. I think a lot of the kills are really well done.
They do well with the gore.
And it's it's just so fucking funny. Once it finally gets to that point. The problem is the hour and a half leading up to that
Boring.
is very boring.
And dumb.
Well,
Yeah.
the end part is dumb too. The
Yeah,
whole
but it's
movie's
fun.
dumb.
plot
It is.
plot holes galore for sure. But I mean, overall, as far as horror movies in the 2000s go, I mean, this is kind of. I like this better than a lot of horror movies that I've seen in the 2000s because most of them suck just in
But
general and don't have
Cloverfield.
any redeeming qualities
It
whatsoever.
wasn't a horror movie.
Yeah.
Cloverfield
a lot of
was a
holes
horror
in it,
movie.
in the plot and in the science, like conjoined twins can't be of different sex. They have to be the same sex. So having a brother and a sister conjoined is...
But they weren't conjoined.
You're
He
right.
was a parasitic.
He was a
twin.
parasitic, which is a type of conjoined.
I was like, or maybe you're not understanding that Madison really was a man.
Oh,
She
sure.
was
They
a
just didn't get to.
Madison.
She was a man. His son. So
all right. I'll take it.
Uh,
Science holds up.
Yeah, I think overall it's stupid, but I do prefer this. Yeah, over a lot of horror movies I've seen in the last 10 years, just because the last hour and a half is so enjoyable. to
it's
watch.
absurd.
It's fun, at least, at the end.
The Gallows might be the only horror movie off the top of my head that I can think of that I enjoyed.
Original horror movie?
Yeah,
Yeah. I did really like The Gallows. We should watch that one of these days.
yeah, that was a great movie. All right, rate it, Zach.
Rate it?
What'd you think?
How many Zach feels?
At first, before we got to the last half hour, I was going to probably put it like a 3 out of
Yeah.
10.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But with that
still
last
feel
half
that.
hour and the Matrix-esque-ness of it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very 1999.
Yeah, they
They
could
kinda-
have.
they
They
kinda-
could have totally done a shot where he was getting shot and he Matrixed.
Shut up.
I think it's Matrix Reloaded where they have that scene where they like load up. No, I think it would be the first one where they load up.
Yeah, it's
and
in
they
the
go
first
through
film.
that like the entranceway
They go through the metal detectors. There's all the columns.
and they do all like the flips and stuff and like the
Yeah, it was a rip off of that for sure.
After all that, I gave it a 5 out of 10, which on my scale 6 rated that so bad it's enjoyable category. It's like almost a different dimension in my.
But then you realized it made you think of the Matrix, so it jumped up to an 8.
No,
You know what was
still 5.
fun? Trying to figure out if the frame drops were an artistic decision or the internet, because sometimes it was an artistic decision.
I feel like HBO Max is still kind of a fledgling streaming service, so it probably was kind of the streaming service / internet.
Gavin?
All right, so I said 6 out of 10. Only got 6. It was when I first wrote it down. It was like a solid 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was boring. I was making fun of it, but it was just, dude. But the end brought it up to a 6 for me. I really wish, since he was drinking all of the electricity and fetuses, that he was able to regrow his arms. Because wouldn't that have been great at the end? Like he just like bursts out of her back,
I
and
was
she just
really
like,
hoping for the little T-Rex
yeah,
arms
like
to
I
rip
was,
out of her
I was
back.
ready for her to like just burst out of her back and just like stab its like nails into someone's throat.
Does it actually explain how he gets his electric powers or whatever?
It's because he's a parasitic.
Because they shocked him.
Yeah, remember?
He
Electroshock.
So Harley
so
Quinn,
he got addicted to electricity.
Harley
yeah.
Quinn should be able to mess with electricity according to Suicide
No,
Squad.
no. She's not a parasitic twin.
It's true.
Yeah, she doesn't feed off of things other than food.
Aaron, what do you think? What do you give it?
God, well, for that first hour and a half, I went from I think a 3.5 to a 2 down to a 1.
You were talking mad shit the whole time.
Yeah,
I was also talking mad shit the whole time.
I do think that it did influence my score a little bit because we were just having so much fun with it.
yeah. But yeah, after the end scene, that redeemed a lot of what I sat through. And I think if they could have just taken that first hour and a half, compressed it into a 15-minute
It would
explainer,
have made sense.
just gone right into that, it would have been a great short film. So I'll probably give it a generous 5 out of 10.
So we got the same score.
Being generous with it.
What about you, Nick? I know you've already seen it before.
I think that I'm gonna, just because I think I enjoy it a little bit more, I'm gonna give it a 7, just so I can have the highest score at the table here.
That's a good movie score.
Yeah, this is a good movie, eh? That scene when they're
I guess
under,
it makes sense that you would give it such a high score because, like, I gave Cats the lowest score, and you gave Cats like a high score.
Yeah, I give
Yeah,
Cats.
I think that's 10 out of 10.
I think I give Cats a 10.
So you usually give it like
Movie's perfect. Could not be better.
3 or 4 number boost on there.
I could have had longer songs in Cats, but
And more of them.
That last song was long enough.
Was it?
But yeah, this isn't a movie that I'm like go back and watch all the time. So maybe if I'm going off of that, I should probably put it lower like a 5 or a 6. But there are just scenes in this movie that have me laughing harder than I've laughed in a long time. That scene when they're underground and it's him and the cop is chasing him and shooting at him.
I laughed.
Oh my god, bro.
That's why
The crab walk.
That's why I said it's an action movie masquerading.
Like
as
those scenes alone are the only thing that redeemed this movie.
Directors in Hollywood, if they ever see this, you gotta stop making cops look like they're so bad with guns. Bro. Every movie that I've ever seen does it.
Don't make them stormtroopers.
Yeah,
That's basically what they do.
it's so dumb.
No one can, even after training, military experts
Yeah,
can't shoot straight.
Unless they're shooting their friends.
Yeah, they did a lot of headshots there.
Shots, body shots. They just kept shooting. They're like,
They hit-
oh, they got a shield. We'll just shoot them in the same spot and
unloaded
drill
his
through
whole
them.
clip. Yeah.
That scene in the prison.
Yeah,
Where
with the
she's
guard.
just holding the.
Yeah, he's just unloading straight into
I'm like,
them.
you're not hitting. Stop firing.
He thought if he hit the same spot over and over again, it would drill through the corpse and it can't take out.
Well, then hit the same spot. He wasn't his.
Great grouping though, honestly. He
Gotta
really.
go down.
When it didn't count.
The cops killed every hostage beautifully.
And their own fellow cops.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. They
When
were
he-
hostages.
When he throws that chair.
Oh, that was,
my god.
that was
All right.
a perfect hit.
All right.
Such a good throw.
Favorite scene. Starting with Gavin.
I think when she said, "I'm gonna wake Gabriel up," and he's just like, I love the chair throw because I can't get over the chair throw. That shit is fucking.
The chair throw was great.
It was great, but just the reveal of Gabriel just fucking. Oh man.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's my favorite scene. The first time you see full shot of Gabriel on her back, just T-Rex arms. I died laughing.
Nick.
My favorite scene is probably that underground scene. That's the first time you really see him run, and the way he runs and jumps, it had me dying.
Yeah.
I was barely paying attention to the movie the first time Tori and I watched it. And I look over and I see him running like that, and I was like, what the fuck? The rest of the movie, I was fully invested. I was like, I don't care what's going on. I'm watching this the rest of the way through. Because that's incredible.
Yeah. No, that's. So I watched 2 horror movies this week, one last week total. So a horror movie a week since you gave us this to prepare for this, and I picked good ones. I picked Choose or Die, what to talk about in the movie episode, and Halloween Kills, which I'll also talk about.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
It's firmly in the same place as like the last 30 minutes of this movie. Like, the whole movie is just people trying to kill Michael Myers, but inadvertently killing themselves and others. Like,
Sounds about
it's,
right.
like, the whole, it's like when someone, like, pulls out a gun and she's like, whoa, and, like, blows out her boyfriend's brains and then blows her... It's...
We'll get into it.
Oh.
Favorite scenes?
I'm gonna have to say the reveal scene too. I mean, I was trying to think of something different, but
It is so good.
It's so
yeah.
good.
And when she's in the cell, and he breaks through the back of her skull.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh, all right. Maybe the surgery scene where they're like cut off his arms, and I'm like, that's setting it up. They're gonna come back, which they didn't. I hope there's a delete scene when they do.
And then they shove him back inside her skull. And then just put her skull back on.
She's like, we were unable to get rid of him fully, so we just put him back.
The 2-finger push.
Yeah.
Clap the skull over it.
Good to go, motherfucker. Oh, and
Where
when
did they get the skull?
What do you mean?
Well, if you look at it, their heads are conjoined there wouldn't be a perfectly shaped skull for it to go over.
They
There
molded
was probably other patients.
They molded it. Okay.
Yeah.
well, no, you don't understand. They took the skull bits from Gabriel because
It's just because it was one intact skull.
I really hope you could like put that like scene in where they're just pressing him back.
Yeah.
So good.
It's so bad. It's so good.
I just knew that that's how brain surgery was. Like, you open the brain and you're just like, shh.
Now, were they even wearing gloves? I don't remember. I didn't think to look.
Yeah, I knew it.
They probably weren't.
I bet they were. Just to make it scientifically accurate.
They're like, this is how you perform brain surgery for someone with a parasite twin. You just shove that shit back in.
You guys got some fun
Surprised
facts?
I didn't think of that one.
Krakoa finds 5 pen drives dated 1992 when those drives weren't invented until 1998.
Oh shit. That does remind me, that video plays the day of my first birthday.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh yeah, he had like 5 pieces of paper to get through, and it took him like 5 hours to go through 5 pieces of paper to see the thumb drives.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, neither did I. When Sydney's driving to the research facility, it's like noon. She gets in there and it's the middle of the night all of a sudden.
I was gonna also
Yeah.
point out.
Okay, I thought there was a couple of continuity.
It's like
issues.
midnight and she's going through the dark all of a sudden when as she's driving up it's like
Only in a
o'clock.
movie like this do people drive all the way to the edge of the cliff to get out of the car.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you got to get that establishing.
Oh. Yeah, it's...
So I was looking. The Mechanic of Grace.
Oh, yeah, I guess I gotta put this on my list for Movie Bookie Bookies.
So Mechanic Grace, who played young Maddie. Where'd your name go? Damn it.
God, man, I've done a lot of lists on this stupid app since you had me download it.
I have not.
Son of a bitch. I had it,
Malignant.
and then it disappeared on me.
Did it, or did it invert on you?
There we go, Mechanic Grace.
Are we talking that?
So she, like I said, she was in Captain Marvel. She also plays in Ghostbusters Afterlife. Phoebe, my favorite character from that movie. She's also in The Haunting of Hill House, which honestly, I was thinking during the watching of this movie that this show on Netflix that kind of ruined me for horror movies. Because now I'm constantly looking in the background and around the characters you're supposed to be focusing on, just to see if there's a ghost like hiding in the background now.
The Haunting of Hill House was dope.
Yeah, that was the best one. And then there was Bly
watching that with
Manor,
everybody.
which was all right. And I think there's another series that came out afterwards that I still need to watch.
Oh, you haven't watched anything past The Haunting of Hill House?
She was also in Ready Player One.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
That's
If I can find it quickly. Oh,
You
she was an
haven't seen
elementary
that?
school kid.
Oh,
I need to. I know.
yeah, he hasn't seen Ready Player One.
Don't watch it yet.
There we go.
You might just
You just triggered a movie Bookie Bookie.
It's a great movie.
you've encountered a wild movie bookie in the wild.
Zach, can you even read the book?
Oh, damn it. The movie's better, I can tell you that for sure. It's got Mecha Godzilla in it.
I can
Slice.
guarantee you it's not better than the book.
You'd be right.
I've read the book.
With that, they are planning a second film now.
Mm-hmm.
And with that,
That'd be good.
We're talking about the second film today.
we are
Moving on up.
Decision time.
hoping for Malignant 2.
Oh no.
Look,
I
if
know.
you make Malignant 2,
They set the sequel up.
like,
By barely lying
just
on.
get rid of
That's all
the
they
the
need.
horror aspects. Don't set that shit up. Just like have it start with his arms like punching out of her back, and him like just like scarring her face, and then it's just him. Like,
fully killing her personality and just taking over.
No,
her
actually,
brain.
I'd just like him to ignore the fact that they share a brain. T-Rex arms come out. He rips her skull open, hops out, runs away on little T-Rex legs, and she's still alive to fight him, but he gets away.
no,
and starts it up.
he doesn't have legs. He just has the T-Rex arms, and he's just like doing like running with the.
As long as he can move fast.
Then the twist at the end is he never actually left the body
Yeah.
And it was
He's-
in her head the whole time.
in her head the whole time within that same hospital room.
And the
for
twist-
first movie.
And then the twist on
Boom,
top of the
wrote it.
twist, because there has
And
to
at
be
the
multiple
end, we
twists.
find out that neither movie took place. She's
It was
still
all-
that 10-year-old little
It
girl.
was all actually the mother's parasitic twin in
Yeah.
her head,
There we go.
feeding her a life story to keep her in the hospital.
Insane.
All right, Aaron. It is your turn to pick a movie.
All right. Well, I was thinking of a few, but we had this dark, brooding, demonic adventure, so now I'm going to go with something a little more
Oh
lighthearted.
no.
Let me just set that up. It's not what you're thinking, Zach.
Oh,
You
okay.
can breathe. You'll like this one. It's a movie I think we've all seen.
God damn it.
Cats.
Oh, okay.
I'm out.
Nick's on the right page here.
Fuck it.
You want to announce this for me?
Next week's Movie Bookie Bookie will be Blank Check.
Yep.
Yes!
Blank check.
God
Thank
bless
you.
him.
10 out of 10. I'll say it now. A great lighthearted Disney original film from the early 90s.
Well, I can rank this one already on my list. Hell yeah.
Now, Nick's promised that he's going to watch this with open eyes and not be so judgmental when we watch this.
If you give it a good review, we will grace your eyeballs with the movie we watched previously to this one that night. Which, what was it? It was Brink.
Brink, a phenomenal film as well.
If I get Blank Check and honest review, you're sitting down and watching Cats again.
No,
Deal.
give whatever review you
Deal. We'll
want.
shake on it.
Okay.
Okay.
well, I think.
Sorry,
I was
Zach.
never part of
I
it.
think
You've
my
been
brain
roped
can
in.
take another hit.
All right. I already ranked Blank Check on my list, man. So it's above a few things we've already watched. So,
It's above Lighthouse.
Okay. Let's.
yeah, almost everything. There's only one movie below Lighthouse on my list.
So, blank check
Very
next
brief.
week.
No, it's Tenet.
Oh,
Tenet is my least favorite movie we have watched. I was
All right,
so pissed
so
off
this-
through the
yeah.
whole movie.
I already know where I'm putting that. Above the Goonies, above Tenet. Might
right.
be.
We'll get to those next week.
and then
Blank check,
after we
it's
watch,
going to be a good
and then
time.
after we watch that, we'll get one of my wild cards.
Before
we'll find
we
out.
let you guys go, though, we'll give you the synopsis.
Yes.
Bullied by his siblings and nagged by his parents, 11-year-old
Preston.
Preston is fed up with his family, especially their fragility. But he gets his chance to teach them a lesson when a money laundering criminal nearly bulldozes Preston with his car and gives the boy a blank check as compensation.
God.
Preston makes a check out for $1 million
He made $1 million.
And goes on-
Made $1 million.
and goes on a spending spree he'll never forget. Maybe now his family will take him seriously.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
I love this movie. I know Aaron loves this movie.
Yes.
Gavin, do you love this movie?
If not, you're going to.
Did you watch this with us?
I've watched this.
Okay.
And I think the first time I watched it was with Nick, and I remember also being like, none of this shit adds up. Because
Yeah, I'm doing the math in the movie.
Guys are
goddamn
just a
it.
bunch of
I
haters.
feel like this was
Yeah,
a
no,
Disney
I-
original.
It was Disney Channel
Yeah.
original.
Yes.
Yeah, straight to Disney Channel.
Man, it was
so
so good.
stoked.
It was
Right
I
up
might
the age
I
of
might
Brian,
have to make
few
us
others.
watch like She's the Man or something.
Oh, I love that.
for it.
movie.
Yeah, it's a good
That
film.
big side
It is a good movie.
So if you
Epic
haven't
side.
seen Blank Check, watch it this week. We will talk about it next week, and we will get into Gavin's pick. As I said at the beginning of the episode, like, comment, subscribe if you are new. Turn on that notification bell. We will have a schedule up on YouTube hopefully this week, so you guys will know when every episode's coming out. And thank you guys so much for watching. That's what Gavin drew while he was not paying attention.
No, I was paying attention. This is where I'm at with my fish.
Hell yeah.
Check in on the top 10 to see if he's gotten
We got the trailer here.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. It's time
to split.